Hello guys, welcome back to What's Trending Crypto. To find out about future update on trends, make sure to hit the subscription notifications bell. Okay. Let's talk about what's trending today.
Former Goldman Sachs hedge fund manager and crypto billionaire Mike Novogratz has recently weighed on the crypto market situation amid the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war crisis. Speaking to Bloomberg on Tuesday, March 1, Novogratz said that the Russia-Ukraine war will serve as an implicit supporter to Bitcoin and crypto while moving people down from the U.S. zone. Russia has been facing severe warrants, with the world segregating the raider from the global fiscal system SWIFT. As a result, the Russian ruble has lost 40% of its value against the USD over the last week, dropping to a multi-decade low. On the other hand, Ukraine has also cut down on the use of original currency and has started accepting crypto donations to fund its war against Russia. Novogratz believes that similar warrants and checks are likely to push people towards espousing the decentralized currency. Still, he made it clear that it doesn't mean Bitcoin or crypto serves as a tool to avoid warrants. During his interview, the author of Galaxy Digital Effects, the crypto market witnessed heavy beating following Russia's invasion of Ukraine last week. However, over the last 2 days, we have been witnessing a major trend reversal. On Monday, Bitcoin and the broader crypto market registered double-digit gains. On the other hand, the equity market continued to fall. This shows that Bitcoin and crypto have been decoupling themselves from the risk-on assets. Over the last week, here's how Bitcoin's correlation with Nasdaq has panned out. On the other hand, as the Russian ruble faces a collapse, Russians are aggressively moving into crypto. The Russian ruble trading volumes for Bitcoin have soared by 3x over the last week on crypto exchange Binance. As of press time, Bitcoin is trading at $44,421 with a market cap of $837 billion. If the BTC price sustains $45,000 on a closing basis, we can see some real upside potential here. Belarus likely to default over next 12 months, S&P 207 AM. Belarus is likely to default over the next 12 months without an unforeseen positive development, S&P said after downgrading the nation's long-term foreign currency debt rating to CCC from B. International sanctions will significantly disrupt the Belarusian economy and create significant financial stability risk, S&P said. Singapore to impose sanctions against Russia, 1:25 a.m. Singapore's government will impose unilateral sanctions against Russia, a move which a former diplomat said was the first time in decades that the city-state was censuring a foreign nation without backing from the United Nations Security Council. Sanctions include imposition of export controls on items that can be used as weapons, targeted financial measures on designated Russian banks, and restrictions on cryptocurrency transactions that may be used to circumvent financial sanctions, according to a statement from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on Saturday. Samsung halts shipments of phones, chips to Russia, 12:22 a.m. Samsung Electronics Company said it had suspended product shipments to Russia, joining a growing list of companies from Apple Incorporated to Microsoft Corporation that are halting sales and services in the country following its invasion of Ukraine last week. The South Korean technology giant is actively monitoring the complex situation, the company said in an emailed statement to Bloomberg. Exports of all Samsung products ranging from chips to smartphones and consumer electronics have been suspended, according to a person familiar with the matter. U.S. Senator set to speak with Zelensky on Saturday, 11:33 p.m. Members of the U.S. Senate have been invited to take part in a call Saturday morning with Zelensky, according to a person familiar with the plan. The call comes as Congress prepares to debate a support package next week, and as some lawmakers push for further sanctions against Russia that could include a ban on U.S. imports of Russian crude oil. Bloomberg News and BBC suspend reporting in Russia, 11:24 p.m. Bloomberg News will temporarily suspend the work of its journalists inside Russia after President Vladimir Putin signed legislation that criminalizes independent reporting in the country. We have with great regret decided to temporarily suspend our news gathering inside Russia, Bloomberg editor-in-chief John Micklethwaite said Friday. The change to the criminal code, which seems designed to turn any independent reporter into a criminal purely by association, makes it impossible to continue any semblance of normal journalism inside the country. Britain's national broadcaster, the BBC, has announced a similar measure. Stocks fall on flight to safety, commodities soar, 11 p.m. Stocks dropped around the globe as investors sought the safety of haven assets on concern that war risks are intensifying. Commodities soared as Russia's growing isolation chokes off a major source of energy, metals and crops, sparking fears of prolonged shortages and accelerating global inflation. Oil topped $115 a barrel on news the U.S. is considering a ban on imports of Russian crude. Zelensky slams weak NATO over no-fly zone, 10:59 p.m. In a video addressed to the nation, Zelensky laid into NATO for declining to impose a no-fly zone over the country to counter Russian air power, as Ukraine's leaders have urged. He accused the alliance of failing to make use of its powerful weapons, and said that all the people who die after this day will die because of you. Russia to punish sanctions appeals and fake news on military, 5:18 p.m. People convicted of spreading what the authorities deem to be false information concerning the military's activities face fines and imprisonment for as long as 15 years under the legislation, which now goes to Putin to sign. The law will allow those who lied and made statements discrediting our armed forces to be punished, and very severely, as soon as it comes into force, Speaker Vyacheslav Volodin said Friday, when lawmakers in the State Duma unanimously endorsed the measure. While there have been only scattered protests so far in Russia against the war, the government has throttled access to social media and ordered Russian news outlets only to publish information from official sources. Microsoft to suspend sales, services in Russia, 5:01 p.m. Microsoft Corporation is suspending sales of products and services in Russia, and says it's working closely with the US, European Union, and UK to comply with a range of coordinated sanctions levied against Moscow.
Thank you for your time, and make sure hit the subscribe button for future update on what's trending.